It's gonna work like, hey, the shit that he playing don't work, I'm gonna come up with something.
Here at the final stop of the day, Total Wines. See the line started over there. My last stop of the day. We got up early, had a late night, because we don't do excuses here. We just get the job done, because this is what we signed up for.
Shannon should just step out with his boyfriend and let people know I'm bisexual, but this is who I'm with. And every now and then I experience my wild side.
You think he's a zest monster?
I definitely think he's bisexual.
50 Cent just dropped some wild heat on Shannon Sharpe, exposing deep secrets that got the whole internet going crazy. And nah, it ain't just about the DL talk. This mess runs way deeper and ties right into a twisted mess of scandals surrounding Shannon.
I want to date younger men. They killed me. What they say, what the women, what? Yeah, what I say, I want to date younger women. What I said. Oh, when I want to date, when I want to date younger women.
So here's the kicker. On April 21st, 2025, a woman known on OnlyFans as Gabby, or Carly, depending who you ask, filed a civil lawsuit against Shannon. She's accusing him of multiple cases of sexual assault during what she claims was a nearly 2-year relationship. She's now going after him for over $50 million in damages.
This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty.
Shannon, on the other hand, straight up denies everything. He's calling it a straight-up money grab, saying everything between them was fully consensual and that there was no hesitation on either side. But it gets even messier. Shannon didn't stay quiet. He pointed fingers directly at attorney Tony Busby, accusing him of setting up a calculated media ambush. According to Shannon, Busby has a pattern of coming after high-profile black men. He even brought up Jay-Z as another one of Busby's past targets.
And one little bit of a serious question. Okay. The NFL has been asking some of the candidates about their orientation. Yes. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a good thing. You will find that somebody will come out and say that they're, whatever the situation is. And I think it's a good thing. I think the more you grow as a person, as an individual, you become secure with who you are. And that doesn't matter what orientation is, and I think that's a good thing.
Shannon says Busby is about to leak a 32-second clip from an alleged tape, edited just right to make him look guilty and to feed into nasty racial stereotypes. And that ain't all. Shannon says he's not letting this slide. He plans to clap back hard with a defamation countersuit. The drama got so wild that Shannon had to step away from his ESPN duties, including his high-profile seat on First Take. He said he needs time to lock in and fight the lawsuit. And yo, ain't it a little suspicious this all popped off just months after Shannon locked in a massive multi-year deal with ESPN? That deal was supposed to level up his role all across the network. And now this? But that lawsuit? That might be the least of Shannon Sharpe's problems right now. Rumors about his sexuality just got thrown back into the spotlight. And it's all because of his close ties with Hollywood Mugler, an openly gay celebrity stylist who's known for stirring things up. Mugler have been spotted sitting courtside at Lakers games, jet-setting together, always showing out in coordinated high-fashion fits. And people been side-eyeing the bond like, this ain't just business, is it? Now, to really understand the noise, you gotta know who Hollywood Mugler is. He ain't just some dude with a good eye for clothes. Mugler went viral years back for blowing up the spot of former NFL star Kerry Rhodes, who played for the New York Jets. Their friendship came under fire after some super intimate photos of them hit the net. People weren't just speculating, they were convinced. And here's where it gets even spicier. Before the pics leaked, Rhodes had done a calm, level-headed interview about players in the league and sexuality. He said, "The more you grow as a person, you become secure with who you are." Real respectful words, but he never exactly shut anything down. So when the world saw those pics of him and Mugler looking more than friendly, Minds were made up fast. Then Mugler fanned the flames even more. In an interview, he flat out said, "Kerry Rhodes is gay, and the SX was good." That quote stuck like glue. He later doubled down, claiming they had a full-blown relationship. And trust, he didn't hold nothing back when it came to the details. So how does all this tie back to Shannon Sharpe? Here's where things start looking shady. Hollywood Mugler wasn't just some random stylist he linked up with. These two were moving like a tight-knit duo. They traveled side by side, popped up courtside at Lakers games, and always pulled up like they were fresh off a fashion runway. But people started whispering when Mugler suddenly popped out dripping in pricey jewelry and high-end designer fits. Stuff he was never known to afford before. Word on the street? Those flashy gifts were allegedly from Shannon himself. Now, Shannon's been trying to clear the air. He said flat out he ain't gay, and that his connection to Mugler was strictly professional. But that explanation ain't cutting it for a lot of folks, especially when you consider the timeline and choices. Shannon already had a longtime stylist on payroll, so why drop them out of nowhere to bring in Mugler? It didn't help when Shannon said on his own podcast that he never even bought new clothes while working with Mugler. That had everybody scratching their heads like, so why bring him on then? One commenter online went off, "You say Shannon didn't do anything gay, but you fired a stylist you had for 20 years to hire a gay stylist that didn't style?" WTF. Another chimed in. A real stylist would have pulled new looks, not remix outfits like some rookie off Instagram. People ain't just questioning the fashion, they're questioning the whole relationship now. None of it's adding up, and people ain't staying quiet about it. Folks online are calling it like they see it. One user said, "He's not even a real stylist. No portfolio, no receipts, no professional behavior. That ain't no stylist, that's his boy toy." And let's be real. Who brings their stylist on date nights and to sit courtside at Lakers games like it's a couple's getaway? Stylists don't get that VIP treatment unless there's more going on behind the scenes. Let's not forget, this is the same dude who outed 2 other NFL players, including Kerry Rhodes. So the track record's already got people side-eyeing the whole thing real hard. But then, things took a straight-up wild turn. Word is, after Shannon Sharpe decided to cut ties with Hollywood Mugler, it didn't end clean. Nope, Mugler was allegedly heated, and instead of bowing out quietly, he came back swinging. People online are calling it a full-on revenge mission, with Mugler spilling all kinds of so-called secrets to damage Shannon's image. But most folks saw through it, saying the dude was just bitter over being dropped, and just when it seemed like it couldn't get messier, boom! The leaked tape happened. That's when the internet exploded. Mugler stepped up and dropped a bombshell of his own, claiming that Shannon leaked the video on purpose. According to Mugler, this wasn't some slip-up. He said Shannon was trying to flip the narrative and silence all the rumors once and for all. Mugler posted, "Accidentally going live. When you gotta open the app, swipe right, then swipe left twice and hit the button, that's insanely impossible." People were shook, and suddenly everyone had questions Shannon wasn't ready to answer. That one line from Mugler had everybody double-taking and scrubbing through the footage. Was Shannon's so-called accidental live really just a slip-up? Or was it a slick move gone wrong? Things only got messier after that. Even after cutting ties with the stylist, rumors kept flying that Shannon was still hanging around with another dude on the low. People were calling the whole situation straight up wild. Shannon finally spoke out, slamming the rumors and calling them completely false. He said just because he worked with a stylist who happened to be gay, don't mean he's gay too. But by then, the chatter was already out of control, and right when it felt like the chaos might cool down, boom. 50 Cent's name got thrown into the mix, and now it's a whole new level of messy. Word is, 50 allegedly has receipts that could expose Shannon's supposed DL behavior. And while Shannon and 50 never had any major beef in the past, people are pointing out something deeper. 50's rumored views on same-sex relationships. They say it's been a sore spot for him, and allegedly, that's part of why he clashed with Diddy long before Diddy's legal drama ever popped off. Now, this might all still be speculation, But if any tapes do leak, it could be catastrophic for Shannon Sharpe. He's already tangled in lawsuits, wild headlines, and nonstop accusations. One more blow, and it could seriously wreck the big wave his career's been riding. Still, many people online are calling all of this leaks, lawsuits, and rumors a clear setup, a strategic smear campaign meant to bring down a man who was finally stepping into serious power. And just when you thought the storm couldn't get any heavier, boom, another twist. People are now digging deeper into why all these controversies are blowing up back to back. Some insiders are claiming Shannon's rise in the industry made him a target. Think about it. New multi-million-dollar ESPN deal, hot podcast, A-list guest lineup. Dude was leveling up fast. And suddenly, it's lawsuits, leaked tapes, and whispers from every corner. That ain't coincidence. That's a hit job in disguise. Now folks are connecting dots and throwing out theories. Some say Shannon made enemies behind the scenes, maybe in the boardrooms, maybe in the locker rooms, jealous folks who didn't like seeing him shine without holding back. Others believe his outspoken takes on sports, politics, and race might have rubbed powerful people the wrong way. And now they're striking back through scandals and headlines. But here's where it gets even nastier. There's talk that 50 Cent might be getting used in all this too. Yeah, he's loud, petty, and never scared to throw shade. But some are wondering, is someone feeding him info just to weaponize his platform? If 50's really sitting on explosive receipts, why now? Why drop him when Shannon's career is peaking? Sounds too strategic to be random. And while the public's eating up every new piece of drama, there's a real career on the line here. If even one of these rumors sticks, it could cost Shannon major deals, partnerships, and public trust. Whether it's true or just messy PR warfare, the damage might already be done. Now here's where things go from messy to downright explosive. Because some fans are saying this whole situation feels eerily familiar, like deja vu in Hollywood. They're pointing out how Diddy faced a wave of lawsuits and explosive leaks not long ago, and now Shannon's getting hit with the same pattern. Accusations, sex tapes, whispers about secret relationships, and suddenly, the media's got him in a chokehold. Online detectives are digging through timelines and noticing the timing is way too convenient. Shannon signs a big ESPN deal, starts dominating the podcast game, and suddenly, scandal after scandal hits. It's got people asking, who's behind the curtain pulling these strings? And remember, 50 Cent's name keeps popping up again. He was one of the loudest voices clowning Diddy during his downfall, dropping cryptic posts and fueling the fire. Now he's throwing shade at Shannon too. Some believe 50 is being used like a mouthpiece to push narratives, stir the pot, and bury reputations while staying one step removed. It's like he's the hype man for destruction, hyping up chaos while never getting his own hands dirty. Meanwhile, Shannon's public image is getting dragged through the mud. Allegations, rumors, leaked footage. It's a lot for anyone, let alone a man who's built his brand on being sharp, bold, and unfiltered. The streets are talking, and the whispers are loud. Is Shannon next? Are they trying to Diddy him? And with so much heat on him, Shannon's silence is making it worse. Every day he stays quiet, the internet fills in the blanks. People want answers, but instead, all they're getting is more questions. And now it feels like something huge is about to break. Shannon's influence and success have been rising like wildfire, and the streets are noticing. One user put it plain, this is the system attacking him from all angles because his podcast is blowing up. This is the only way they can try to tarnish a masculine man's image and block his self-made bag. They're calling it a hit on his independence. A direct shot at a black man who didn't need Hollywood's machine to win. Another voice online added, so as soon as Shannon's about to ink a $100 million podcast deal, boom! The takedown starts days later. It's suspicious timing, no doubt. And someone else echoed the sentiment, writing, they really trying to get Shannon? Damn. Whether you believe Shannon's in the middle of a setup or you think there's truth to the noise, one thing's for sure. This ain't just gossip anymore. It's a full-on cultural moment. The fans, the blogs, the celebs, everybody's watching, and the pressure is building by the hour. So now we want to hear from you. What do you think about this whole Shannon Sharpe drama? Is this a legit fall from grace? Or are we witnessing another smear campaign designed to crush a powerful black man who refused to play by the industry's rules? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't hold back. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more of the wildest celeb drama, breakdowns, and real talk you won't hear anywhere else. And you already know, we'll catch you on the next one.